see if we can get more opinions on this, but we haven't been able to reach more of the football people to hear what they have to say, because if there are 126 of them, I don't think all of them, right? If Eloy Amande is saying that he doesn't agree, there will certainly be a few others who will say they don't agree with this third term limit, and I'm sure they will make their case. So next week Tuesday, it will all happen at Pram Pram at the 31st Ordinary Congress of the Ghana Football Association, okay, at the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence, and then they'll decide on what the way forward is, whether or not there should be a third term for the office of the GFA president. Right now, the added layer is that some people think that the current president of the GFA should not benefit from this provision if it is passed. Right? They don't believe that he should benefit from the provision if it is passed. Right? And they think that he should move it further away from him. So, for example, this is approved. Some people say they don't want to see him in the mix.
Right.
Ahead of, you get it, the election that follows 2027. They don't want to see him in the mix at all. So which means that the election of 2031, some people do not think that the current GFA president should be in there, even though this provision may be accepted by the Congress. That is it for him.
Yes.
Whoever wins that 2031 election should be the person.
No, that'll be 2027 election.
No, sir, the next. Okay, 2020 goes. That's right. That's it. 2021, 2027. You are right.
Yeah.
So the next election is 20. So he should not benefit
at all
from this provision in the 2027 election.
He can come back 4 years after that election.
He can come back later for one more run.
Yes. No
but
problem.
not 3 straight. Yeah. So those are some of the arguments that have been said. Some people think that an extension could be a potential brew for a problem. Dr. Nyahonya Tamakulu says that it was something like this that eventually led to Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi's downfall and his exit from the football world.
But you know, at a point, George Free was expecting that Kwesi Nyantakyi was going to give up at a point.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And he was going to be his successor. Mm-hmm. I mean, based on conversations that had gone on and all. And so at the point when Kwesi decided to go for the third term, mm-hmm. I think that was when that's the famous text message. You remember the famous text message?
which text?
Oh, I think I think this is where I need point of interest. Point of interest. I think Immortal to join us. You know, that was when I'll show you I'm a Korean mafia. Was it Japan or Korean mafia? One of those Asian Japan mafia. You know, yeah. So you see, so that was when the agreement broke down. Mm-hmm. And
so there was an agreement between Mr. George Kwesi Free and Kwesi Nyantakyi. Was it an agreement or an understanding?
An understanding, yes. So an understanding. So both of them agreed that okay, yeah. So when you are done, I go. Then it continued into the third term, and because the FA at the time had an unlimited tenure of office for GFA president, Kwesi kept going. Now, before the announced expose, everybody felt like, oh, Kwesi has done his time, Kwesi is done, Kwesi shouldn't go again, football is not where it's supposed to be, football has taken a nosedive, and so Kwesi shouldn't go. But when you pay attention to what was happening around, football people were not ready to let Kwesi go. So
football people were not ready.
If there had been another election, for say a fourth term for Kwesi, he would have won, and that was what people feared. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was what they feared, and created all sorts of things and managed to get him out. Mm-hmm. Because if Kwesi had attempted a fourth term, he would have won.
So which year are we talking about?
That was and that was 2018. So the election was supposed to be in same 2018. Immortal, correct me if I'm wrong.
Before that time, the last election was when Kwesi Nyantakyi was retained. Was it 2015?
Yes.
In Tamale.
Yes. So
man.
Yes, so he was getting close to another election.
Let me give you a nice side story on the Tamale thing. So the night before, I was home. When I got a call from a member of the GFA. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention that person's name. I don't know if I'm allowed, but yeah. So the person called me.
Yeah.
The person called me. This was around 11 p.m.
Yeah.
I was just about sleeping when the call came through. When I answered, the person was speaking in hushed tones. Because there was context. There was an injunction. Raymond, I remember the injunction.
Yes.
There was an injunction at the time.
Lawyer Kwame question. He wanted to contest and then he was disqualified.
Correct.
And we understand that, okay, he spoke to us. I remember on Asampa, he spoke to us that he has secured injunction, but the offices has been closed.
Yes.
Because they had moved the FA to Northern Region. That is Tamale.
Very good.
For the election or the Congress to be done.
So which means that he was looking for the people
to serve them.
And
but the office has been closed.
Good.
But the members has been there was a communique to the members that now the secretariat has been moved to Tamale for us to go and for them to go and do their normal thing there, so that the election can be done.
Very good. So here I was, 11 p.m. Then this call comes through. I won't mention the person who called me. I don't think it's fair, whatever. So the person called me and the person was speaking in hushed tones. That when I answered, I said, "Oh, hello, blah blah blah," because it's somebody I know. Hello, blah blah blah. The person was speaking in hushed tones. Hey, Nathan. I said, yes. He said, are you home? I said, yes, I'm home. Can you join us to Tamale tomorrow? I said, but why are you speaking in hushed tones? Because this was weird. The person said,
it's not weird.
The person said, you know, this one, I can't talk loudly. You can't talk loudly. But if you can't go to Tamale, can you get somebody from your team? This was when I was at my former place to join. Who tell you where the bus is, and then you can join the bus, and then you go to Tamale. I'm like, what is happening here? Long story short, I couldn't get a reporter to join because one, it was late notice. And so I thought of everything that, why am I putting somebody, like late notice, call somebody, we are going to Tamale. It was too odd. Whatever it is, we had a plan of covering it even without somebody there. So I just thought that, let me just not risk it and send somebody to Tamale. So the next day, that Congress, it was on telly.
Yes.
It was on television. And then I remember, I think it's the shortest GFA Congress I've ever watched in my life. Really short, because Nyantechi came on, read his acceptance speech as if he had a gun to his head. Then he finished.
They took their oath of office.
Then they took their oath of office, and that was it. Just when everything ended, that's when the people with the injunction finally discovered where it was happening. By the time they got there, it was late.
It was late. And the last Congress at the Tamale 2 was in a similar style.
When was
similar
this?
Fashion. That was 2023.
2023.
No, yeah, 2023. Before we went to US for the Black Stars, Mexico and the US.
Yes.
US game.
Yes.
You know, there were also rumors that
there's some injunctions.
Yes, even from the free camp and there were others. It was rumored that they've secured an injunction to make sure that the Congress will not come on. So they have to move it to Tamale once again for it to be done. And Charlie, all the doors were closed. Even if you are a media person and you are not able to get there early, Charlie, forget it, you won't be allowed to get in. So early in the morning, we were there. So we traveled all the way from here to Tamale, and early in the morning, we were on the Congress grounds. And I can hear some media guys were calling me because I had reported on Adum TV, on Asampa, and all the other channels. And some of the guys were calling me, Charlie, we're outside, we'll have to come and say, you were told that come and cover the thing. Why must you wait till 8 a.m. or 8:30 before you want to come in? Charlie, it was very interesting over there. So these are some of the things that happen. But at the end of the day, those who should watch this, those who manage football, they always have their way, and then they vote later. They will come back together as one family or as one team, and then continue to make sure that football development is always on top. So it's not easy. Things have been happening.
Ghana football.
And I'm sure this Congress, after the Congress, when the election, when we get to 2027 for the election to go on, the same drama will happen again, because now people are threatening that they will write to government, they will petition government for government to come in. People are saying that the third term, the current president should not benefit. But I always ask myself that what the laws of the football, that is the statutes, and then the discipline code. What does it say about this? Because at the end of the day, there's an adage in tree that maybe I'm now maybe I'm now you don't go to court and go and say, oh, court, I know that this is against the law, but I think it should be this. No.
Maybe I'm wrong.
We should always quote. And so Article 17 or so and so says, when you do this, you will not benefit. When you do this, when you do that, you will not benefit. Otherwise, we will be making different arguments and leave the real issues for it to lie somewhere. And at the end of the day, we will not help our game. We will tag some people as they are A, B, C, D, which is also not so. Because when you go to court, the courts look out for evidence. Well, not so-called truth.
Oh, that is true.
It's evidence. So when you go to court, you
as for the law,
you tender in your evidence. This is my exhibit 1. Says Raymond slapped me when I went to hospital. This is the doctor's report. Doctor says this, or this is my CCTV camera showing that Raymond has slapped me.
That's it.
So it's very, very important. And the status is there, the discipline code is there. So whatever we do, let's link to it and make sure that we progress to where we want to go. Ray,
Ray.
No comment.
No. So I mean, for our listeners, so this is where we are really. This is just to give you context. We've tried to put everything together. This is the state of play. The state of play is that 126 people, 126 people.
124.
124. Okay. Hey, so why did I count?
That's the exact number.
Why did I count 126 then? Hey, it's a number.
You've added 2. You have got to vote.
No,
You've added yourself.
No, I'm not voting.
You anymore time. You've added yourself.
So 124 people from the Football Republic will vote on different matters. Next, not vote per se, but yes, they'll go to Congress and decide. If the matter has to be taken to a vote, they will say something.
I know why some of the members or those who doesn't vote, they are afraid that it will go in favor of the current administration.
Why?
Because when we even use the Gaka election as an example, we know that Nathan, I was there with you.
Yeah, we were there.
Yes, it was when we had started Sporty FM Fresh.
That was one
we
of
went to Gaka Secretariat at Accra Sports Stadium. When they cast the vote, we know that Azekumsin, came from Georgia Free's camp, and then Jonathan also came from
the establishment candidate.
Yes,
the establishment
George camp, because from the majors of Game Changer, when they were campaigning and co, he was part of Ket's team.
Right.
And Jonathan had 90-something votes when Azekumsin had about, I think, 35 votes over there to show that it's no contest for Jonathan. So if it's going by the same tangent, meaning it will go the current administration way. That's why so many people.
So you think that's why some people are not talking, because
yes,
it won't amount to anything.
It won't change. It won't change much. It won't change much because those who are speaking, most of them do not have votes, or most of them are no Congress members who will come and vote. And our chairman will vote. I don't know where he votes to. He will be able to tell us in a few minutes time. Okay. So people are afraid because of what has been happening. Because they are saying that the Gaka has been captured by the current administration because when we were there, we saw how people were lobbying. How people were lobbying.
It was a very interesting time.
Flew from the place right after the election.
It was a very interesting day, the Gaka election.
So people are afraid it will go the same way.
People are afraid things will go the same way.
But you know, if you want a position, you have to also lobby. You have to make sure that you convince people. As Raymond said yesterday, you have to convince people. You have to go beyond how you work to make sure that people believe in you. Someone may believe in you today, tomorrow he may not believe in you. Or you do something against the person, tomorrow he will change his mind. And you know, most of...
It reminds me of something Ray said.
Yes.
Concerning...
Exactly. Most of the congressmen...
The GFA election. One candidate went somewhere and saw...
Yes, 2009. 2009 at the physicians and surgeons where they had the Congress.
2009.
2019. Sorry, 2019. It wasn't easy. Yeah. When Kurt had about, I think 44. When he was leading.
No, I think George was leading.
No, Kurt led.
Also two.
Yes, Kurt led. Because I remember Judge Free, when Judge Free came to say, he had about 75 members.
This was before the election.
Yes, they've endorsed him. So he even said Palmer will not get 10. He said even Palmer will not get 10. Before Palmer was disqualified, he said Palmer will not get 10. And then so this one, the Ufa Pai, Kurt should, he brought Kurt into the ESCO committee. But
Kurt must wait.
Yes, Kurt must wait. But at the end of the day, it changes.
In which year? In which election did Kwesi Nyantechi said that Obi Mrensu?
I know the second one.
No, was 2013
that was the
one.
second election. Yeah. So
no, it was 2005.
No, it was the 2000.
So it was 2005.
Then 2000. That was the second one.
It was 2011 one.
Yes, 2011.
2011. No, so plus 4.
No, so
it's 2015.
Plus 4.
2015. Plus 4 is 2015.
Yes.
11 plus 4, 15.
It's 15.
Okay. So it was 2015 one.
Yeah.
There's when he said, what was near some Montagway, and then and Odote. He said, no, so this one they have to wait because from Nyantechi days, from Gaka, being Gaka vice, and paving his way through, making sure that Kojo Bunsu, Adekoka, and Alaji Busa, he overtake them. It's a long battle, and it shouldn't be near Somotagwe or Odote.
They have to wait.
Yeah, they have to wait. The same thing also happened to Kurt. One day the FA said, "Oh, Kurt, I'm the one who brought him to the ESCO. He has to." He has to wait so that I carry him on my back and then make sure that I'll show him 1 or 2 things to be done. And during that day at the physicians and surgeons,
I was there.
Come and see the way dollar and euros
were flying.
Oh, party of President Memini. He did so well. And you see that people were having their purse. The main one, the big one.
With the money inside.
Come and see.
The purse holders.
I remember some Nigerian man said, before you can have a big position in football, you need to have a deep pocket.
Ray has been saying it all the time. Have a deep,
and it's not even football alone. It's everywhere. Even the SRC.
If you want to be the SRC president.
Chairman won.
He was Gimpa SRC.
Yeah, Gimpa.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Sami Enimado has joined us. Sami, good morning. How are you doing?
Morning. I'm doing well. He has gone to election. And the last time at Tamale, I was there with him. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. So the dynamics are, very interesting. So we have to take our time. But if you want to compete, do your works well. If you want the Congress members to vote on your favor, you have to do your work well. Otherwise, you will come back to us on radio and come and rant. Well, you rant on radio on grounds, maybe in quotes, the football people, they will know best.
Okay. That's my producer, Imota. Ejakulation for sharing some perspective there. Sammy, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. You can take this seat. Sammy is former GFA EXCO member. and he's the organizer of the Homowo Cup. We'll talk about the Homowo Cup a little later, though. But
No, Homowo Cup now.
Homowo Cup now. No, we want your perspective.
No, I came here for Homowo Cup.
Yes, I want your perspective on this running
Don't worry.
issue.
Let me talk about my Homowo Cup. I won't derail. Don't.
No, we are not
I came
derailing
here
you.
for Homowo Cup.
No problem. We are not derailing you.
Raymond, why are you looking at me? Why?
We are not derailing you. There's a topic on the table. We want your thought. We'll talk about the Homowo Cup. We'll give time for that.
Why do we want to talk about something I didn't come here for?
But this is something that you know of. You have knowledge and experience of. We just want your perspective.
Yeah, so after Homowo Cup, we'll talk.
No. You see, you also.
Let's finish Homowo Cup.
Yeah,
So that when it's done, we can.
We should finish
We can
Homowo Cup.
extract the other.
Anyway, Sam, it's good to see you once again. 2025 Homowo Cup.
However you want it, let's go. I'm cool. Yeah, you are the host, so I can't. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. We'll talk about the Homowo Cup in a bit. It's equally important. It's part of the calendar. But I just wanted your thoughts on this running topic, because the whole of this week, I think, is the biggest footballing story in Ghana. The Status Reviews Committee's proposal, and it's now official that they want to discuss this at the Congress, the possibility of expanding the term of the office of the GFA president from 2 to 3. Earlier this week, we spoke with some football people who believe that it's a good idea. Some people are in favor, some people are not. So a lot of those people who are not really football people, right? But what do you think? You are a football person, so what do you think of this proposal to extend the mandate of the office of the GFA president from 2 terms to 3?
Anyone who thinks this thing is good doesn't love Ghana football.
Okay.
Everybody has forgotten what we all agreed on in October 2019. We have forgotten that. That's why people always say that we have short memories. How do we want to continue to go forward 10 times and come back 20 times? I hear they said there were some clubs which is now being hidden. That has become a misery. If clubs per what the status on amendment says, it says a member shall propose and shall be seconded by about 40 something per the status. So if the club has done it, which is per our status, it should be open to everybody to see that this is the club that did it, and these are those who seconded.
Okay.
The Statute Review Committee also did what they have to do. But now, the thing is being done as if it's a secret. And it's not good. Everybody who is following this doesn't love Ghana football. Everybody.
Oh, why do you say so?
Yeah, because we've gone through too many turbulent times with this longevity of leadership. Whoever knows, even the framers of our constitution, everywhere in the world, most countries, the framers of the constitution thinks when somebody becomes a president, he becomes too powerful. So with the power that he gets, he should only go for 2 terms. Our constitution here say the same thing.
Yeah.
So during the 2019 elections, when we wanted to convene Congress and then adopt a new statute, we were warned. You see, everybody's forgetting. I want you to go and look for that video. Dr. Kofi Amoah's speech, the FIFA rep speech, now the Foley speech. Why are we throwing all of that away? That we ourselves, I got to a time there was confusion between us, if you remember, at the Congress grounds.
Yeah.
And Kim Fisa issue, Olympics issue, a lot of confusion, and then who should be this, and then we said, this never again should somebody, which our President Kwesi Nyantakyi issues came, and then a whole lot of confusion, that never again should somebody sit on this for more than 2 terms. So what is wrong with us? What have we seen new? Why are we doing this? Well, because one person thinks he's the only person who should. Maybe Kurt will not stand. Maybe he's not doing it for himself. Because morally,
if he thinks, if somebody is pushing the president, who is my brother, who is my big brother, who is also president now, who I think, since government changed, and many of us were spoken to, a lot of people were told that all of us need, you can see that all of us started rallying around the team. You saw some good omen, blasters were winning now, and the girls, so the government has supported us with a policy, a new thing. This thing is fully a government push. It's a government push. You can't hide it. Anybody who tries to hide it is joking. And now we are going to get this 1 million, and things are changing. I'm believing the president has 2 years plus, some months in addition to serve. He can do so much to live on the very high note, because he's gone to one World Cup. Yes, he had difficult moments, which most of us criticize some of the decisions and all that. But life must go on. People learn, people correct, and then he's going to get a new breed, a new air. Things are going well. You are going to enjoy this good aura around you. We are going to the World Cup. It's possible we can even qualify under 17, under 20, and all that. And then all of a sudden, you come and bring this, which you are playing kangaroo strategies to hide and play it around them. Bro, when we get to Congress, those who want to oppose, they can never say no.
Oh, how?
No, they can't. They can't. There are some few of us who can tell him no.
Okay.
Most of them can't say no. Let's be honest. People will go and stand at Congress. The person doesn't like the thing, but he can't say no.
Yeah. Why?
Because that's how our society has been built. We can't look in front of the leader and tell him no. Yeah. And it's destroying so many aspects of our society. We are not seeing it. Why should we, when that Congress thing happens, he will win. No doubt about it.
So you think that proposal will pass?
It will pass.
I'm interested in knowing
because
why some people cannot say no. I mean, because
up to them.
If you are in an association, everybody has the right to say
saying
yes
that
or no.
Those who are holding the power and using the power. See, when you use your power to suppress people, oppress people, don't ever think you are a leader. You are winning. That win you won, it's wrong. Let's look at all the leaders who cling on power for too long. Yeah. Let's look at what has happened to them. Yeah. So, I was supposed to meet him with the Homowo Cup. I told him I've tried to get reaction. When I came, I'll tell him.
That you don't think that this is a good idea.
It is wrong, big bro. It is wrong. You can really live on the high note. You've gotten everything you have to get. Your profile is up, your image, you've gotten too many. Why do you want to cling on, hold on? Because of what? And then I met one of the leaders who has been propagating for him, Simon. I met him. I told him, Simon. So I hear you were making an argument that he's going to CAF, and okay, he's going to CAF, and Mochepe didn't win any school. He didn't win anything. He became CAF president. Jav was not an FA thing. Blatter was not. Current FIFA president, Infantino, he's not.
Yeah. If UEFA president,
he's not.
Sheffield didn't need.
He's not. And on top, if we think we want to protect whoever becomes our president, who goes up there, which we all want him to go up. I'm so happy he's got into second vice. We can rather put it in our status that when you come in, whoever has gotten to this level, push him. Make sure you can. There's no way we are going to do anything to challenge him or derail him. We all want to, if that is what you want.
But some people think that
if that is what we want, if that is what we think, that told Simon. Then you was.
But some people think that you need to have like a base. So for example, you need to be GFA president or NFF president to contest.
That's why I've given you a lot of examples. Even before I had to Ahmad was not. Yeah.
In Ahmad's case, I think Ahmad was president of the Madagascar FA. Yeah. In his case, that's a slightly different one.
What is it? What is it that you want to hold on to? So that what? So that you prove what? That you only have the brains to run the game? No. That's the world was created for one to come, for others to follow, not to one will hold it forever. And this tragic disaster that has happened to us has also affected everything. It's like nobody's eyes is on that one. The government is not seeing that. Which leader are you going to call to talk about him, about Ket, when we are in this money?
No, I even think that Congress should be cancelled.
Next Tuesday's Congress.
Almost every other event that has been scheduled within this period has been
cancelled. Yeah.
So you think the FA should consider
postponing it?
But Ray, if that happens with a league, with a league that has been set to start on the 12th of September, when do you think this Congress?
After the
following week.
After the burial. So I think they'll be laid to rest on the 15th.
15th, yes, I think.
Yeah,
yes.
So maybe any date after that.
I was even calculating that if there's a program, I'll see how best I can change them all. But I can see now it's on the 15th. So it means we have the cap is on the 17th.
17th.
Okay.
And they will celebrate Homowo on the 16th.
On the 16th.
So,
I don't even know if the traditional authorities, I don't know, maybe they'll sit and also, I don't know what they are also thinking.
Yeah,
exactly. So the disaster, may the soul of our fallen heroes rest in peace. It's so sad. You know, some of us have been in that. Should remember my junior brother.
Yeah.
Just like that. Just like that. I'm going out to work. Like all of us here. May God forbid. We all told our spouses, our brothers. I'm going. I'll go City FM. I'll finish. I'll go Sporty FM. I'll finish. I'll come back.
And you don't come back.
And then you don't come back.
It's quite sad. So I mean, let's just wrap it up on this thing. 2 questions. 1, will you be at Congress?
I'm supposed to be at Congress.
Okay.
But you see, my activities and what I'm doing now, I'm considering, but I'm supposed to be there.
Okay,
you know,
representing...
I'm a shareholder of Young Apostles.
Oh, you are a shareholder.
And then I'm still the president. We've not had any meeting to take my position away, although we have our differences.
Yes. I asked because of context. I was at the Gauka and I saw what happened. That's why I'm asking what is your status.
That's why I'm saying that. I'm supposed to be there. I'm the company secretary.
Okay.
Legally, even every document that needs to go out from the club when it comes to the top level, I'm supposed to. But like I said,
you are also doing other things.
I'm also considering what I'm doing and all other things. We'll see. I can't be say yes or no now. But we'll see.
I see. 8 on the dot. This is the Sporty Breakfast. Sami Animado is here, former EXCO member. As he's clearly stated, he's still shareholder of Young Apostles. He's a company secretary, and he's the organizer of the Homowo Cup. We'll talk about the Homowo Cup in a bit. But Ray has one question, and then we can switch tracks.
Sami, the proponents of the 3 times of 4 have made the argument that, look, we want to align our tenure of office with that of CAF and FIFA. That is 1. 2, they say the tenure of EXCO members overlaps that of the president. So EXCO members do 3 or 4, and the president does 2 or 4. So they want to align all that, so that if EXCO members can go 3 terms of 4, the GFA president too can go 3 terms of 4. You know, does that justify why they would, want to
align all of that?
Does it?
Can you imagine? That's what I'm saying, that everybody has forgotten what transpired, what happened in the era of Kwesi Nyantakyi, and why we all said never again. It's not, you can't follow, whatever you agree here is what FIFA uses. That's how come there's this law on percentage of when we transfer our players, we are supposed to give the FA 10%.
Yeah.
The FIFA doesn't allow that. It's not. FIFA is not in support of that. It's not in anywhere in the FIFA laws, FIFA regulations on player transfers. But we adopted it. And do you know when we adopted it? So some of us have even been talking about the fact that that law should be expunged. Do you know why we adopted it at that time, in the era of question, when we were not getting FIFA subvention like now, we're not getting the CAF subventions like now, and there was not any IDF easily, and then the rest, the money that comes goes into administration, and so then the famous, we the club said that, okay, well, let's adopt this one so that it will help the federation. This is a different thing. Now, FIFA brings this money. We get almost how much? Almost
1.25 million euros.
Yes.
To run the FA.
To run the FA. Now it comes. CAF gives. Then you can even access FIFA forward. 1, 2, 3. You have the moment, and we have when you are able to just make sure that you follow the books, get this done, get this done. They don't care about how you when you prove them with your evidence that you have done this, they will still give you. And we've been able to do it, and we are getting it. So now, that particular law, that's because now the clubs are suffering. A club will, sometimes when we sign our agreements, sometimes the parties we sign with, we have to be giving out 40% and 50%. Because if you don't, you won't get the player out. There are millions of players, and their targets sometimes is South Americans. You are fighting with the South American, you are competing with the South American under 16, under 17, 18-year-old boy who has a good network out there with good agents. And so if you don't have it, so you can see that the only club that has gotten that link is Right to Dream, who has been able to build, get a team in Northern. So we take the boys there, then so now most of them get easy access. Even when they play 1-2 games, now they get easy access to our national teams. You get it. But we here, you have to struggle. You have to sometimes let out a lot of your shares. Because I say shares, that fees to the other parties who are playing the game for you. It is the open secret. If you don't give out those extra shares and say you want to be straight, oh, it's my player, you won't get the player out. Because somebody will do the business there for you. And so we will suffer and get, and then after paying all those shares, 30% or 20% or whatever, to those who will do the deal for you. Because you need to pay people, some coaches who will be involved, some scouts who will be involved. Then the FA will come and take 10% on the sum. So even we've already been discussing, some of us have been discussing that it's time for us to go to Congress and change and sponge that particular thing. Because the FA is not getting the funding. And the FA is supposed to, so the FA even now, it's only, guys, you see the FA saying, I'm giving you this, I'm giving you that. Most of the advanced places where the teams are getting support, they don't care about what the FA gives. They think about what they will raise for themselves. You get it? So that law it's not in FIFA, but it's being used here.
Okay. Because of our own peculiar situation. So
now, we also saw what happened in the Kwesi era. And we said, never again will somebody go for 3 terms, more than 2 terms. So why is it that the first 2 terms, let's not forget, when when the breakaway Congress happened, and then it was sent to FIFA, and then they decided to say that, okay, FIFA advised. FIFA gave us the letter clearly stating that the status quo cannot change. Well, you just came out of normalization, and we told you that whatever you are adopting, you have to use it for a long time.
Okay.
Now, the first 2 terms of that new status, you want to change it. What is this? Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we thinking, oh, he will take those my people in the game who says that, oh, they will take my boy to the national team. They've given a visa to my boy, and my brother has been given a visa. Oh, Jesus Christ! Is that why you are doing football? The football ecosystem, the space should be open for everybody to develop quality. Then the system will pick the quality. Then the system picks the quality. It shouldn't be kept who is picking your boy. But that is how it's happening. Some of them say that, hey, I'm a friend, Bano, so I have to kowtow to him. And so I have to kowtow to him. Is that why we are doing football? The football should be open for it's a universal game, it's a global game. And those of us who say that, well, we think, oh, we are the football people, the public will consume your football. When we were playing Nigeria, when we had difficult moment when everybody was on us. When our president has said something, he said he won't apologize, and the public were saying they won't watch the game, and people started boycotting our games. That game against, look at how we beg. I went down on my knees to beg. We need to.
I remember. If you put in, and I've told you this off record before, you put in a lot of work and going around just pleading with the public.
Because why do we think there's we are the football people? It is us. You can't go to GB and tell them, okay, you can't go to GB, and so you do it. It's for you alone. But at the end of the day, when you produce whatever you produce, you want the public to consume. And let's do the public index. Even you, the media, you are supposed to propagate our games. You are supposed to support us. You are the next powerful person when it comes to our game, when our game has to develop. How many of you support this? Tell me the media, one media person you know who has supported this.
But despite everything, some people say
forget about the fact that they say you don't have votes. You play a critical role to build our game. Nathan, when I was going around without the media, and the messages was clear that this man's humility, this man is begging us, because of this man, let's all change our mind and go and watch the game. Yeah. But when the success came, it was for Ghana, it wasn't for Sami Animado. It wasn't for Sami Animado. When we went to the World Cup, even whatever we went through there, it's another case at the World Cup. It's another case. What I went through at the World Cup as an ESCO member, I can't talk about it. I told you that let's focus on you see, so it's sad. Football, so you go and just say, keep doing Now when a game comes, then they want me to go on relegation. We must have trust in the system. Without the system must operate. That's how Obama came to Ghana and told you Ghanaians that
institutions, we need strong
institutions to operate. Yeah. If the systems are operating, all of us campaigned against Nyantechi's extended term. All of us, when we were, that it wasn't a good thing. Now the same people have turned around to say that somebody, for him, he's Jesus. So me, I told, I'm going to meet him. I'll tell him, big bro, it is wrong if you say some people. Number one, even the status that they say they are following, the status is clear that a person supported by, then the general secretary says he will not give you the document. Yesterday I sent an email to the general secretary about my that I may come. The email bounced back that the mailbox is full. Where is this coming
the
from?
mailbox is full,
and that they can't receive the recipient cannot receive my mail.
Was there an error with the email?
I called him. He sent me a message that I should chat. I chatted him. He didn't respond. It's here. General secretary didn't respond.
Could it be that there was an error with the email address?
Master, this is an email that's connected to our website that we pay. Money is part of in the budget. We pay to hold it, so nothing can be full. It's not a Google email
where you have limited space.
No, nobody should tell us that joke. Nobody should tell us that. You see, because you are finding kangaroo means to hold it. You can do it. I'm saying when he gets there, he will win. He will win if the Congress happens. Ket will win. But is it?
But whatever it is you were sending on like via email, could you have gone with a hard copy?
Now that you are rejected, then so it means you have the next option is to go for a hard copy. Maybe I'll try and see. Maybe today I'll pass there and see if the place will not be locked. That's what happens.
To prevent injunctions and all.
Yes, that's what happens. Because I'm doing Homowo Cup. I need them on so many things.
Of course.
I need the president on so many things. I told him, he told me that, okay, when he comes, he told me that he's going to come on Monday. So when he comes, we can meet and then
discuss.
We'll prepare for the Congress. So maybe I can't meet him on. And that's okay. Then after the Congress, so I called General. I wanted to send him the email about the fact that I may come to the Congress, so I want to submit my letter. The email, I called him. He said I should chat him. I chatted him. He didn't respond.
So which email? You sent it to the official FA email address?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you see, we should stop this. You see, and Well, they should continue. That's what I'm saying. That if we think we'll make somebody a lord of us, who is not going to serve us, but rather lord of us, and then the system will say that today this match, when appointments are made, no, they will say that these people want to. All those things must end.
Yeah.
When decisions are taken, listen, we must be in the system where people are going to. You see, go to the corporate world. I've engaged a corporate person. He told me that they don't have trust in us. Mm-hmm. He told me point blank that
there's no trust.
They don't trust in our system.
In the system.
They know that whatever we are doing, we are always hiding. We are always trying to play things that are so. That trust and that confidence that we need, that will now get, when the corporate world accepts us, the public accepts us, the media accepts us, the public accepts us, we are good. Mm-hmm. The product will flourish. Mm-hmm. But when we think we hold it, it is ours. We are using some kangaroo means to keep it and enjoy and be me. The system shouldn't be go to Kurt before. No, be a friend of Kurt. The system should be in a way that the system is working. The player is top, he needs the chance. He is not top, he needs to be given time. Mm-hmm. The player shouldn't be Kurt's player, shouldn't be his friends' player before. Mm-hmm. Or the people shouldn't be kowtowing to him. Hey, Mr. President, no. We don't do football like that. But we don't do football, but it is what it is.
Ray, let's bring in Michael Asaibu, who's joining us. Michael, good morning. How are you doing? Michael, can you hear me? Okay, I don't know. Michael, it seems you are muted at your end because we can't seem to hear you.
But let me.
Okay, you ask. Yes, ask, and then I'll bring Michael in. And then
will you agree with the school of thought that say that just leaving 124 people who say they form the association, they are members of the association, to determine the future of Ghana football in terms of who leads the FA and in effect manage our national teams and all, has been part of our problems in the game?
It's sad. You can't also go to the worst extent. Some people even add. I know some jurisdictions, they add public interest. It will be only 2 people. Even if you add media, it will be only 2 people. It will still not change anything. But it's our here.
The mentality.
It's in our mind.
Yes.
How we think.
And we think somebody should be a lord over us and because he gave me a visa. He called my player and told what is that? That is the whole thing. And that I can't talk. There are clubs who wish they can talk. They can talk.
They put you on a management committee.
They put me on the management committee. Jesus. No, let me tell them. Tell them something. We are all here. We have Asante Kotoko, House of Folk, Gold Stars, Adriana. We are all say they have gone to Africa. Right to Dream. He's in 2nd division. He's richer than all of us in the industry. All of us.
Right to Dream is richer than
all of us. In fact, all the transfers that has come out of Ghana, he has pushed about almost 80%.
The names are there.
Yes, when you think about it, it's true.
And we sit here and say, the Mbako relegation. If you go to relegation, what? Big clubs in Europe have gone on relegation. If you go to relegation, will the world end? If you have quality. Look, most of the transfers that has come out of Ghana is called 2nd division and 3rd division.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And to a little division 1. A little division 1, which Apostles I did, the magic I did with Raymond and co. Even without those transfers, the team will have broken down because I was just spending, and it was all like football is like we are worshiping an idol. You wake up, you have to just spend. Nobody, you can't say you won't go for the game. Buy a bus, do this, pay medical bills at the training. This one got hurt. You have to take him to the hospital. They have not eaten, and we think, I'll go to. They will take you to relegation. So. Right to Dream is our 2nd division. He's not even played in the 3rd division before. Go and see.
They are richer than all of us. All
of us.
Michael Asaibu is joining us, our colleague. Michael, can you hear me now? I don't know why, but guys, I can't seem to. So, okay. I don't know if Michael is still on. Michael, I don't know if you've muted yourself. You seem to hear me. Okay, all right. We'll work the line and bring Michael Asare-Bredu back. But listeners, you can send your thoughts and comments 054-257-1061 054-257-1061. At 9 we'll be playing our feature concerning the Black Queens. Today they are talking about the goalkeepers trainer Nasam Yakubu. Raymond Yamado is here with me. Samuel Nimado is still here. Samuel Nimado is still here. Michael Asare-Bredu is joining us. Michael, I hope you can hear me. I hope I can hear you. Alrighty. Zero 054-257-1061 054-257-1061. We'll work the line and bring Michael in. But Sammy, let's talk about the Homowo Cup. Homowo Cup 2025. How did this idea even come about? When
we are losing a lot as Ghanaians because we don't see value the way our festivals, our culture needs to be preserved. And these days we are in a global competitive world. Whatever you do that attracts somebody brings you revenue. That's how you can see that tourism budget is going up, and the revenue. You saw the report from Ghana Tourism Authority, the inflows of tourists and the revenue give to the economy. And so, if we have our unique festival in the capital, that is Homowo. And last time when they were explaining it to me, they said on Thursday they do Sobimba. And those days, all these places were bushes. So the Sobi will go to the farms and go and bring food. And then when they do the ban on noise making, drumming and noise making, they said they want to have the Wulomoy and the people, the chiefs, the leaders want to pray to God, to listen to them. So they need silence, where they can pray, and then God will reward them with harvest. And truly, let's connect it. Right now, when after they leave the bank, you see that they have more fish. They have more. There's corn is there. It's raining. It's like, so this is spiritual, and it's positive spiritual, and it's a rich culture that needs to be learnt and celebrated in this country. So when they do it now, Sobi brings food. Fish is coming, the fishermen are getting fish, and everybody's in abundance, everybody's eating, everybody's enjoy. Then the twins will do ye on Friday, and that one too is for because they are good luck.
It's
so they should take the bad things away, or something, and then embrace the good things. Then the Saturday they will eat and celebrate together, and the people, and you can see good food, and the way the culture, the dressing. And then the Sunday they will still thank God, and then this issues, if we have issues, let's settle it and all that. And then this thing is just retarded somewhere. No, it's time we project it, because it will bring a lot of eyebrows. It brings of revenue through tourism. So as we speak, we've invited the Ghana Tourism Authority. We are yet to give. The other day we'll go to visit them and then see the support they can give us, including the diasporan director, our brother KOD, who also has a connect with the diasporans, so that they will all come and be part of the Homowo. It's the only festival in the capital. And Nigbese, who is the one who also gave us one of his glorious days as a leader of House of Folk, winning the Virgin Cup, winning the Super Cup,
2004.
And so he thinks it's good to use what he builds his career on, which is the perfect way, tool to use in propagating anything positive in this world. It's only football that when it's time to play, that people who are from different political divide will support. And everybody, and so you can see countries where there are violence or there are fights and there's unrest, they use football to bring the people together. So he thinks we have to use the Homowo Cup, climax it with a football game between any of the two clubs. Moving forward, we will start inviting clubs from different countries, different regions. This year we've done a Greater Accra and Volta region twice. This is going to be the second one. We are hoping that next year we can bring in Ashanti region and maybe another region to add it to maybe 4 teams and play the first games, and then this coming weekend will be the first games, then the Homowo weekend will be the final, and then we'll celebrate the Homowo climax with the game. That will be a good preseason for the clubs. Remember, Heart of Lions a good preseason. They said it at the press conference that Homowo Cup helped them a lot, and Heart of Lions nearly won the league.
They did.
We nearly won the league. So this year is another platform for them to build on it, and also to propagate peace.
Okay.
We for the first time, I'll repeat this, for the first time in Ododo, there was not a single bloodshed. There was not a single altercation. There was not a single fight. And we did this Homowo Cup. The MPs came to pledge that they will engage their supporters to make sure Ododo will set record. And we all know how Ododo has been in our elections. You see the unseen benefit of this Homowo Cup. Nobody is talking about that, but everybody has forgotten that Ododo was a blast for people. We were losing lives.
Yeah.
And now there wasn't a single fight. So we can't say that we've done that. So, and peace must continue.
Of course.
Then we've also partnered National Youth Authority. In fact, DJ is on board, so you are on board. You guys are on board. Automatic DJ on board to National Youth Authority, Mr. Usman Yariga, who has confirmed that they are joining us with because they are in the festival month. That's the National Youth Festival, and they are propagating youth development agenda, and they are also using it against use of substances and red and drug abuse, which they even want to do a work on the 16th. So they've come on board. They are partnering us to use the game to propagate those messages and get the youth to understand that those vices will not help them. So you look at all the positives around this. It's a good thing, and I believe that all of you will come on board. The country, the general public will be with us and come and fill the stadium for all of us to celebrate our Homowo, which is the capital's only festival.
Michael Asibredo has joined us on the phone. Michael, can you hear me? Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Nathan. I can hear you. I'm good. How about you?
Yes, we are fine. I don't know what was happening with the other line. I don't know if you had any comments on the previous topic, or you want to say a few things on the Homowo Cup and maybe we work our way backwards.
Well, I think growing up, it is actually one competition that brought prestige and also allowed for the traditional and cultural values of the Ga people to be portrayed using football. Along the line, its significance dwindled because it was not consistent enough in terms of it being organized. But I think I want to commend Sami Enimado for attempting to revive it, and I just hope and pray that they achieve success right from this and then continue from there. And it is something that I'm actually looking forward to. We need to use football to promote several things that are not part of the industry: culture, tourism, traditional values, etc. I think that when we're able to do this, then we are really serving the larger purpose of the game. We say that football unites. Football has been used as a tool to drive a lot of developmental projects, social issues, and all that. So I think in this context, it is befitting that they use football to promote the rich culture of the Ga people and then their traditions as well. So commendations to Sami Enimado and then the rest of his team. As regards the discussions on the GFA presidency conversation, you see, I've always argued that our biggest issue here regarding our game has been about the quality of minds and then leadership.
Okay.
As regards the people who are in charge of most of the decisions that are taken regarding our football. You are very few people who really can contribute what it is that they have to contribute. The rest are the yes men, and they will just nod to any other development so far as it is coming from their team. And again, the over-politicization of the football terrain has also led us to where we are, because I believe that we have never sat down and then collectively agreed that this is actually a decision that we need to take that will benefit the larger football spectrum. And it is the biggest issue that I have. Now, in cases like this, you don't really see someone who is at the center of everything decides not to take sides and then speaks to the issues. You are either having one person speaking to an argument because he belongs to this section, and then you have another opposing with his own counter argument because he belongs to the other section. And that is something that has actually bedeviled our game. It means that decisions are taken to favor one side of the coin, and then it goes against the other side of the coin. Most of the reactions I've seen from people who have opposed to this are actually people who either in previous times were enjoying the booty, if I'm permitted to classify it that way, and are no longer getting it from that end, and they decide to switch camp, or people who are actually opponents of the current regime right from the start, and they feel anything that comes from them must be criticized and they must be opposed. And this won't actually help our game. In my opinion, I think that we need to follow the trend and also observe if there is a practice that is anti-football. And I think it's no. FIFA has approved it because I don't think the GFA on their own can just get up and say that we want to make amendment to what has been stated in the GFA's own constitution about the tenure of the GFA presidency. FIFA has approved it. It means that it is something that FIFA, within their own ambit, allows to happen in the game. Now, why are the FA taking such a stand? We need to get clear reasons. And I was not so convinced with the explanations that came from the FA's General Secretary, Prosper Senado. What he said was that it was because the club moved for something like this. Why are we extending the tenure of the FA board? What are the benefits thereof if we extend it? What does football stand to gain from this? And football here in the context of Ghana football. What will Ghana football gain from such a decision? I expect that the FA will be able to furnish the football populace, including the football people that coin it, and then those who are not even typical football people, that we need to extend or increase the tenure or the term limits for the FA presidency because we feel A, B, C, D, tangible reasons that are convincing enough that will appeal to corporate Ghana so that the conversation out there on the streets will not be like they are doing this to favor one person, and so it will be that person's interest at the detriment of the general football industry. And when news like that goes out, it does not really embolden investor confidence. The corporate entities feel that they are doing something untoward, and then it does not convince the larger public that everything that is being done within the football industry is actually something that is positive. So these are my issues. The move in itself is not wrong, but I think how it has been done, to me, is not really appropriate. They have actually made that move, and then they push it to a section of the class or a fraction of the class, not all the class. And they are failing to give us tangible reasons why Mr. Keto Kreku or whoever becomes the next GFA boss should get more than the 2 terms that have been stated in the Constitution. And to me, it has not worked. Again, for those who are opposing this decision, they are mostly angling towards one angle. Even if we are, I've heard some people make arguments. I think Nasam Yakubu of New Edibia said, and he said that even if they agree to this, then CAF must not go for a third term. So it means their opposition is tilted towards just one person. CAF must not be a beneficiary. And if it is not CAF being a beneficiary, they are okay with it. So I kind of feel that we have made it so petty. We have not actually argued cogently on the merits and the demerits of such a move. And we have not really educated the football public on why this should be done and why this should not be done. And it is the same old politics thing that has taken center stage. And I am not really seeing the head and tail of such a move. So as it stands, I have my own opinion. I don't think it is wrong. I don't think it is anti-football. But if it must be done, then definitely it must be done the right way. And that is exactly what I think the GFA have not really done.
All right, Michael, thank you. At least you've managed to box these 2 thoughts together. The other things we'll discuss, so you just be on the line. Let me try and conclude with Sammy. Sammy, I just wanted to ask this concerning the Homowo Cup. I noticed it's Hearts of Oak and Pando Heart of Lions. I was just wondering, why is it not Heart of Oak and Great Olympics? Were there any issues getting the two teams to meet for this, or this was just the preference you this was like the choice you decided to go with?
Yes. Remember, it's an invitational cup.
Okay.
It's not mandatory for one to say that this one should play at all costs. Number two, Olympics also checking out in the first edition. That affected the thing. And
the chicken that don't be happy with you.
Yes, they know. Everything was bad. How they handled it, because they agreed. Letters, everything was agreed, and all of a sudden. So, but moving forward, Olympics can come back.
Okay.
Other clubs, like I told you, even Asante Kotoko can be asked to come and play, and other teams will also. So that's. That shouldn't be an issue at all. But right now we are focusing on the fact that we are doing Greater Accra and Volta region.
Okay.
We did one last year. It was super. You saw the quality of the game. You saw everything, and it helped both clubs. And so, if we can get that, and
maybe it helped more Heart of Lions than Heart of Oak, because Heart didn't have a good season at all.
But at the end of the day,
they finished top 4. They managed to
with all the problems they went through. So it tells you something good happened. And when we played House of Oak in Wenchi, and I saw the quality, I said, if they can play like this, but I can see that there are backroom things happening, and it affected because the way they played in that game.
Yeah, they won that game.
Yes, we equalized. We were just then they came with, and they are at that time, the temperament, the composure, their organization was stopped. And I said, wow, if they can continue like this. That's the two big clubs all the time. They have their issues, so it's their case. So we are doing Lions, and Volta region is coming. The regional minister is mobilizing buses.
They have two teams
and
next
the trophy.
Season, so
the trophy they say is the Champions League like trophy. Oh, I think my guy is in. You can go and bring the trophy if the Champions League like trophy. He's in now, so he's going to go get to the booth. You will see Champions League like trophy. That they say if this trophy comes, and Arsenal has not touched it before, I think Lions will touch it.
Did you have to add that?
Those Arsenal people, they are crying. They have not touched it before. It's sad. It's sad. Even PSG has touched it.
PSG.
Yeah, PSG that are not noise makers like that. They've touched it. They felt they are enjoying it. So the Lions, the Chiefs, you remember the chief, the Togbi Dagadu, he says he's coming with his entourage from Pando.
Well, that's good.
The MC also said he's also mobilizing. So it's going to be a huge, and then they believe this will also bring the two cultures together to champion development agenda. And then one day when they're also doing something, they can invite the Gamashi people and the Ghana Dangbe people to also come and join them. We are, as we speak, we are still expecting the chief, the paramount chief to confirm with his entourage what time they will come for the game. I want to thank the regional minister for the fact that he has decided that he's getting about 7 buses to bring in his people from Moho to come in, and then the MC or from Pando to the same, and then the chief. So it's a good thing as far as we are celebrating culture and our heritage, and then also getting our youth to understand the positives of also being a responsible youth, using it to champion the NYA ideals. It's so good. I believe everybody should support this, and I'm believing you guys will support us to sensitize the public. And also, you see the Homowo Cup too is also helping us to educate people about the ban on noise and drum making. Because you see, sometimes it brings confusion at places and all that. But it's good we have to understand that respecting our culture and our values has nothing to do with your beliefs and your faith. So we are still pleading whenever there's time for this. Let's respect it. Let the good things that's why I give.
It's just what? How many days? 30 days. 1 month.
Then you want it to be a confusion. So in all this, we will use it to educate the people to know that this is one people respecting our culture and our values. The faith that you believe in even came to meet the culture and the traditions of the land. And the traditional rulers even respect the Most High God, the greatest, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. When they are pouring salvation, they say Asasira. So why are you trying to say that we don't respect their traditions? And this is their land. So Oh.
That's a magnificent trophy. That is a magnificent
trophy.
trophy.
Get a chance to hold this.
But it's not the Champions League. This is the Ray. It's a beautiful trophy, isn't it?
The same type.
The same look, big ears.
Big ears, yeah.
You know.
And then Lions says they won't allow this. They say they won't allow this captain.
No, they won't allow it. They won't allow it to go. So wonderful. Our listeners, we'll share the picture. It's a wonderful gold-looking trophy. Ray, you want to say something
on it?
I'm trying to see
His Royal Majesty.
His Royal Majesty
Ni Ayibonte II, Bese Paramount Chief of the Bese, and also Bese Manche, and then the Adontin of the Ghana State. He's the Adontin of the Ghana State, and then he performs the rite for the band, and then the lifting.
Okay, so before they place the band, he performs the rites, and then when the band is about to be lifted, he has to perform the rites to lift the band. Wonderful trophy. We'll share the pictures for our viewers. I'm sure you can catch it on the stream. The two of Sami and Nimado's team members have joined us there. There's a lady and there's a gentleman in studio. Sami, just find out, there's a question I want to ask you outside this. You spoke about how excited the MCE is, the chief, the people coming from Pando. How is it like when football goes to a place it has never been to before? So, for example, Hohoi are coming into the league. Heart of Lions have been in and out of the league. How is it? You've had your own experience of football going to a new place.
You see, the reason why I say that, we shouldn't say that we are the football. It's for the people. If you look at how Wenchi went upside down, when Apostles drove from here with the trophy, the qualification trophy that we are going to premiere, and the euphoria. Oh man. So when we went to Pando, we got the same feeling. And then you see the whole like this there. It's a long time since Voradep. So that's why the minister said that he's making sure. So let's see. It's a good. That feeling is special. Bro,
so the people of Hohoi, I'm sure they are happy.
Hohoi will be a place to be, and I'll try and watch a game there because it's Hohoi. I did a project there with Asamajan Foundation with a borehole project. That's why they even wanted Asamajan as the chief.
Yes.
Give him a title there. Hohoi. The place will be.
So from that experience, you can imagine how the place will be like next season when there's football.
It's my favorite.
What do you like about the Bobo?
Why are you asking that question? What don't I like?
I can sing it.
We like everything about the Bobo.
We like
everything.
Bobo is the best.
I mean, Sami, so tell me, so for such new places, what should they do? Like, how should they handle this new excitement? The fact that now the country's attention will be there, at least the attention of the football world will be. What can they do to take advantage and get the maximum benefits from some of these opportunities?
This one there is free consultancy. Some of us we have it in our blood. You saw what I did. How I even echoed and trumpeted on the pitch. That's the pitch at Wenchi. That is the best pitch. How we did a camera coverage of it, and how we went the processes of where the pitch was bad. You have to look at the environment, how your city is, what makes it special. Then you maximize on it. All like this, I know they have a one street that goes in like that, and that street like this, they can color the whole street. We did it. I did it. You saw flags. I made sure there was flags all over. I did the branding of the stadium too. There was flag. I made sure we branded the stadium. It depends on how creative you will be. But it is up to you to look at what you have. Bobo. If your team, the day your team is coming, you should color your first game, your first home. You should color the whole place. Get your bobo dance groups to join the team with the dance and the bobo, and get the market women, everybody involved. And with that, you also lift the spirit of the city up. And that one also projects that help the team to win. That thing we did against Nigeria, that tournament game we qualified here. We qualified here. That goalless game.
The goalless.
But they were way above us, ahead of us in everything. And we had to rely on Fenajan, who was even not matured enough. But the spirit of Kumasi and the spirit of Asan. Look, I got to a time I was afraid that the stadium can even there can be a disaster because the number of people that came to the game. So when you get that kind of spirit behind you, even it helps your team to win. Number one, your paraphernalia, you get money.
Yeah.
Your ecosystem, your economic, socio-economic development lifts up because you are coming to get a lot of clubs. The hotels will be making money. Everybody will be making money. At the same time, you bring joy.
Yeah.
When people are happy, their productivity levels go up.
That's true.
See, there are a lot of unseen benefits when we do things right, and then we
have to do the football right. You have to do it in the correct manner. With the public interest. 8:43. This is still the Sporty breakfast. We'll be opening the phone lines in a bit. But Sammy, just before I leave, any final words? Charlie, this trophy there, Ray, we need to hijack. We need to hijack this trophy.
We will see how best we can give it to you one day for it.
Also.
Next week, see we can get you one day to be here, but nobody will touch it. Especially the Arsenal people. If you say that, if a Man U person touches it, we don't have any.
No, but they are here. We all touch it. Real Madrid can touch it. It's their trophy.
But not Arsenal.
Oh, don't be doing that to the Arsenal.
Team Ben Crane.
They won't be happy with you. Sammy, concluding words.
Thank you very much for having me. And it's time, as we mourn our fallen heroes, we will have a press conference on Wednesday at the Bisi Manchester Palace. It will be the time with the coaches and the captains. The problem now is that we look at what the government schedule is, and if we have to make adjustments, we'll make it. Then we'll talk about what we also do to celebrate our fallen heroes on the day, because the day will be the first major sporting event after the burial, which is they will be buried on the 15th. And so after their burial, the next major event in sports will be the Homowo Cup. And we believe we need to use the Homowo Cup to celebrate our heroes, or give them the right kind of it's sad sometimes.
You can't even find the words. I understand. It's the first. It will be the first big sporting event. It's I guess one of the best platforms to honor them.
We'll honor them well. We'll find a way to do something special, not just a minute of silence, but something more to add up to the way to honor our fallen heroes. It's sad. It's sad. I want to encourage everybody to come on that day. We are trying to talk to some musicians, Tiny, Jupiter, King Jerry. I hear there's somebody called Otinku or Tinku or something.
They have to bring my guy.
They have to bring who? Apache. They need to talk to Apache.
And maybe Nathan will come and do some. You can do the gun once too.
I see. Sammy, thank you so much for passing through. We wish you the very best.
I'm not done with Sammy. He's a Manchester United fan.
Yes.
Sammy, what do you make of United's business?
We are joking.
Sesko.
We are still joking. The main problem, they haven't solved the main problem.
What's the problem?
Goalkeeping and midfield.
Okay.
Our midfield. See, look at how everything has to come back easily. So we've become too ordinary. United. Sometimes me, Nathan, sometimes I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
On our platform now.
He gets charged now. He doesn't say anything.
Because I don't even know what to say. You are leading this year. I even was thinking of resigning because I don't know what I'm. Because all the time, heartbreak.
You can't resign. You never walk away from your football.
What is
club.
that? United.
I agree with you that the problems
our owners are doing the same thing. They are only thinking of commercial. People are buying for. You can see that they are buying for the next 3, 4, 5 years. You only come and one them go and buy one who we think will come. He comes in. He's coming to meet a group already who are the mindset alone is bad. The system we are playing all of the time. Anybody gets to play United anyhow. Anybody comes to Old Trafford and he plays us as if he's playing in his bedroom. We don't have the fear factor again. It's all about money to our owners. They should leave the team. They should give it to the people, the Arabs who want to put in money. They want to put in money and make sure the team will thrive and then get the materials you need from since was this Van Gaal or Mourinho? All the time the targets they want, we don't get it. Others will pick it, and then we'll go for the second option or the third option.
But this window, United have bought almost all their targets. I'm just saying.
Do we have a striker?
Zesco.
I've told you that these young players with potential, United should stop buying them. Buy ready-made players and go.
United.
There was Harry Kane. They didn't buy Harry Kane.
They allow Harry Kane to leave England.
There's Watkins. Say you don't like Watkins. You've got to bring this guy, young potential. There's another potential. Hoyland.
Sometimes it's not fair to mention some names, but you say some strikers we bought. They sound nice. I'm a football person, so I don't believe in that.
And but some of the strikers,
we bought some players. How they can't play United?
Zexi.
Man United.
Partners is going to be Zexi Zesco.
United have come far from Cole, York, Sheringham, and Solskjaer to Wayne Rooney and Van Nistelrooy to Berbatov and Van Persie.
Nathan has to give me our yearly program will be shared soon.
Yes,
we'll have our viewing centers. As usual, Honeysuckles is our viewing center, and then we'll also have some of our social activities. We'll go and do a ball. We'll also have a beach party. We'll do a cleanup, and we are thinking of visiting the health facility to do a donation there. And so this year, this is going to be our activities. And everybody who wants to register, please, you need to pay your dues. You need to don't just come and say you are United. Pay your dues so that we can do the things we have to do. It takes money. Go on our social media handle, our Twitter handle, all our social media handles. You can engage our officers.
So you haven't added the most important thing, that the chapter or the group is officially recognized.
That's the very true. Yeah. That's very positive. Yeah. We are officially recognized by Greater United. If you go to Greater United website, you see our names there. My name as the president, then the secretary and the vice. Everybody is there. We are officially recognized. So even sometimes some of our social activities, My Youth Foundation supports us. Yeah, they supported us. What we did at this place, there's so many areas. That's there was an orphanage we went to do a donation there. United Foundation supported us. They've also supported us before on the borehole thing. So this year we want to do another. We want to keep because let's not say that United is in England. No, we are using whatever we get. We use it to support our people here.
The clubs are global now.
Yes.
So
the borehole we did at that place.
Jessica,
Kofi Adams constituency.
The Bohem constituency.
What's the name? Charlie. How the people received it, because the way they suffer, they walk down the stream to go and fetch water, and the road going there, man. So these things is for Ghana. The father is, we will watch United. Countries even sponsor those clubs. You see a whole country sponsoring a club. Yeah. It doesn't mean that the country doesn't love itself, because it's a global product. If the product is packaged well, everybody goes after it. That's why I'm saying that when we package our festival well, the world will look at it and come, and it brings in revenue to the economy. We can also do that. So I want to thank all the United fans. Charlie, we should take heart, but we're still United. Glory United.
Thank you.
So for those who want to join the club, how do they
join the group, the chapter?
Yes. We go on our website. You engage our officer there, our social media handles. Also, you can call our secretary, Adjoa. I'll mention her number now. You can call her.
Please call and only ask about Man United. How to join.
Don't go and propose to her. Adjoa is highly engaged. 024, that's our general secretary. 024 929 9098.
Okay, let's take it again.
024 929 9098. I believe we will definitely have a viewing program with you guys at Honeysuckle. We had a challenge the other one. I believe next one, Honeysuckle themselves, they know something didn't go well. Danny called me. Eddie was hot. Eddie has to apologize, and I think he apologized with another message and all that. So we believe this year we'll have some viewing.
We'll have the United title winning viewing party as well.
Exactly. At least
we are allowed
a team that is afraid of titles to beat us. Tottenham. Man, United.
They are afraid of titles.
They are afraid of titles. They were able to beat us. So you call Adjoa as General Secretary 024 929 9098, and then engage. You pay some small fees as a member, and then you pay your yearly dues, and then also try and pay your dues in the UK, and then you get some kind of packages from them. If you want to go and watch a game, United game, and you are a member, you get a discount.
Okay.
When the legends will come here to whatever you want to get, pictures, whatever you get. So one thing we are not seeing is that when you go to honeysuckles too and you buy and you have your membership card, you have a discount for being a member of United if you buy at honeysuckles.
Okay.
So we have a lot of goodies there, and the greater opportunity to go to Greater United in Old Trafford. If you want to go and watch, you will still get a discount.
Okay.
Because we are officially recognized. So
wonderful.
yeah, thank you for that.
Wonderful.
I hope that we will laugh to this season because it's sad.
Well,
it's very sad.
I think United should be able to survive the season. It's a fairly simple season. You're not playing in Europe, so you play at least a
One
game.
league
FA Cup.
You know, FA
The
Cup
league-
in between
FA Cup
somewhere.
shows up
I mean,
later. League Cup
the
is
fixture
so
schedule
United
shouldn't
should
be
be.
too
United have got a
hectic
tricky
for them.
first 5-6 games.
Well, I mean, once they're able to overcome that,
Arsenal
they should
first,
come
Chelsea in the mix, Man City somewhere in the.
Sesco.
There's a man who frees a young Tobias. I can't papa brochi mamsa. On meditate via Otasie. The needing cry to any. I've been a waganja me. Pami Manuel was my Umarina Manu. And in a beer free. Mamina ma from Masi. Pami and on your inside your eye. I'm your man in the afternoon for sec. Yes, he said, Yamun Subo. It's no freedom or grand crown. See, I'm for no grand crown. I'm you want tea. If you're not one, we need you. See, Miss Boy. Millie Wooding Grana. Don't put baby, see only you.
$8:56. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Send us your thoughts. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. We'll be playing the final feature concerning the Black Queens in a bit. We'll be playing that feature in a bit. Let me read this message. This one is from Kofi Nakra. It says, this GFA 30M thing will come into effect and the president will go for it and win, because in Ghana, 90% of the people's mentality is to make money anywhere they find themselves. Those who go and adopt it will not vote with their conscience, but rather what they will benefit from the system. Very interesting thoughts. Thank you so much to Samuel Nimado, organizer of the 2025 Homowo Cup, and he's a former GFA Exco member. He spoke about a number of things. His take on this amendment to the term limit of the office of the GFA president, he doesn't agree with it. And he also spoke about the Homowo Cup, the organization, the choice of teams, what the grand plan is. And he shared some interesting thoughts on what football in a new part of Ghana does for that community, right? He's had this experience in Wenchi with young apostles, and then he also used that to, give us a fair idea of how Hohoe could benefit from the presence of Hohoe United in the Ghana Premier League. Very interesting points he made. I love the point that these communities will have to use the club and use this newfound status to boost their profile, get more people to come and put Hohoe on the map. That is important. If Hohoe is on the map, it opens the place up. People get to see that, there's a part of Ghana called Hohoe. And Hohoe United themselves get to increase, or they get to blow up the profile of the Volta region. There are two clubs in next season's Ghana Premier League from the Volta region. That's wonderful. That is extremely wonderful. We wish them the very best. 9 on the dot. Let's get into today's feature. We talk about Nasam Yakubu. Nasam Yakubu is a long-time goalkeeper trainer. He's worked with several teams from the lower levels right up to the senior national team. And following his work with the Black Queens in Morocco, my team, Emmanuel Ayamga and Ane Kiamankwa, have joined forces to tell the story of Nasam Yakubu. They call it the hands behind the safe hands of Ghana. Nasam Yakubu. This is a very interesting one. Another from our Sporty Stories kitchen, detailing the rise and the story of Nasam Yakubu, a long-time goalkeeper trainer of the various national teams in Ghana. All part of our celebration of the Black Queens after they finished third in the 2024 WAFCON. Enjoy.
In the world of football, goalkeepers are often remembered for the moments that make or break a match. The saves in silence, the dives in desperation, the calm in chaos. But behind every great goalkeeper is a figure whose name rarely echoes beyond the locker room. For Ghana, that quiet architect is Nasam Yakubu, a man whose journey into goalkeeping coaching began not with a formal appointment, but with a chance encounter and a calling he didn't know was his. It was 1999 at the University of Education, Winneba. The Black Starlets had arrived at camp, and Coach Oti Akenten, a former technical director at the Ghana Football Association, needed someone to work with. The goalkeepers turned to a young PE student, a former footballer with a humble playing history. Nasam Yakubu was that student. No coaching certificates, no goalkeeping diplomas, just his heart, instincts, and memories from his days between the sticks for Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Cornerstones. What started as an unofficial task quickly transformed into a lifelong mission.
Unofficially, it started 1999. That was when I was a student at the University of Education. Sule Mutari's group of the U17, they came to camp and they didn't have a goalkeeper trainer. So Coach Otia Kente asked me to start. That was unofficial. So since 99 up to now.
And were you a goalkeeper yourself?
Yeah. I was a goalkeeper. I played for House of Folk, played for Cornerstones.
How will you describe your journey of success from the U17 to the Black Stars and to the Black Queens?
It has not been smooth because certain times the pressure gets so high that if you're not strong, you'll break down. It has not been smooth, but the joy comes when you really win.
That humble philosophy would carry him across the globe. From the dugout in South Africa during the 2010 CHAN tournament, to the world stage at the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil, to the sidelines of the Under-20 Women's World Cup in Costa Rica, Yakubu's journey has been as vast as it has been impactful. Most recently in 2024, he stood once again on the continental stage at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, where Ghana secured a hard-fought bronze medal.
Well, I'm really very privileged because it's not everybody who has this kind of opportunity. Because I started with the U17, both girls, boys and girls, then part with the U20, then the CHAN team of 2010, then Black Stars, about 5 years in the Black Stars, then to the U20 girls for the Costa Rica World Cup, then back to Queens. So I think it's not everybody who gets this kind of opportunity.
But for Yakubu, glory isn't measured in trophies. It's in the growth of the players he molds. As the longest-serving goalkeeper trainer in Ghana, Yakubu continues to nurture and develop the next generation of goalkeepers. His pride and joy come from seeing his trainees excel, like Cynthia Conlan, who saved crucial penalties in the 2024 WAFCON quarterfinals and third-place playoff.
The joy I had was when our match against South Africa, Cynthia gave out a very cheap goal, and when it got to the penalty shootouts, I just told her, look, this is the time for you to redeem your name. So just go up there and do it. And she really did it. So I think that was where I was so happy, because she really listened, and she also tried to redeem it. And it's not every goalkeeper who have the nerves to even finish a match when you give up this kind of a goal. But she stood her grounds, and yeah.
And where do you think that you need to improve them for future competitions?
Yeah, we just have to keep working, because goalkeeping is such that you cannot play that position without making any mistakes. But what you do after you have made that mistake makes you a great goalkeeper. So we just have to keep playing, and they will get experience from all those kind of mistakes coming back after a very bad setup.
And she did save not one, but multiple penalties, carrying Ghana to the semi-finals and later to a podium finish. For someone who once stood in goal in relative anonymity, Nasam Yakubu has become one of the most respected minds in Ghanaian football, not because of flashy accolades, but because of consistency, humility, and heart. His players trust him, his colleagues respect him, and his story continues to inspire. Yet it hasn't always been smooth. The road, he admits, has had steep hills.
The pressure was really great, especially when we lost against South Africa and drew against Mali. Our next opponent, a team that also had a point just like we were, so they also stood the chance of qualifying. So I think that was the most difficult part of it. We all knew that when we get out of that stage, then the rest was going to be something even more softer. Yeah.
How do you psych these players, especially when you were talking about Cynthia's incident, and throughout the tournament, I think she has been very great, especially our last game with our quarterfinal game with Algeria. She came all out for Ghana and for the Black Queens. How do you even psych them? How do you prepare them for big tournaments, and even when they are even down?
Yeah, certain times people think when you talk too much to them, you are psyching them. But to me, I just tell them that you know why you are there. Just go and make your name there. It is not anything. Just go and do the right thing. If you do the right thing, then whatever comes is your glory. Yeah. So, and when a goalkeeper makes a mistake, sometimes people tell me, oh, you are not shouting on that. The person knows he or she has made a mistake. So when you even talk, sometimes it doesn't do it. It damages the confidence of the goalkeeper. So what I do on my part, I just tell the person, fine, everybody sees you have made a mistake. Just go. Don't repeat that mistake. A mistake that is repeated is no more a mistake. It has become a habit. So it is not your habit when you make a mistake. It is just that it has happened.
At a time when many chase the spotlight, Nasam Yakubu remains grounded, rooted in purpose rather than praise. He doesn't seek headlines. He's content knowing his fingerprints are on every divine save, every confident punch, and every goalkeeper who dares to dream big in Ghana.
How do you want people to remember you for?
Well, they should just remember me as Nasam Yakubu and nothing else. Anyway, I've been long in the national team, but that doesn't make me the greatest.
Yakubu's story is a testament to the power of opportunity, hard work, and dedication. Despite the challenges, he remains committed to his craft, inspiring future generations of goalkeepers. From the clay pitches of Winneba to the grand stadiums of world tournaments, Nasam Yakubu has stayed true to his craft, a teacher, a guide, a protector of dreams. He is, in every sense, the hands behind Ghana's safe hands, and his story is still being written. One dive, one save, one future star at a time. Nasam Yakubu, the hands behind the safe hands of Ghana national teams, Ghana's longest-serving goalkeepers trainer. This was a Sporty FM production, written and produced by Nana Ikuya Amankwa, read by me, Yusuf Deseja Isa. The mix engineer is Moses Yeboah, and the managing editor is Gary L. Smith.
Minutes after 9. Oh, that was a wonderful feature. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Nanekia Ademamela Yamga put that together. It was brilliantly executed by Fly. Hey, Fly delivered it. Fly will get you to do more. Congrats to the team. Wonderful story. Nasam Yakubu, the hands behind Ghana's safe hands. Now, he's Ghana's longest serving goalkeeper trainer. He's worked with several national teams. And it's an addition to our Sporty Stories catalog. Now the stories are so many, and we'll keep telling you more and more and more and more. All of these stories are to let you know the insides. The insides of Ghana sports, and by extension, the insides of our country. I always say that Ghana sporting stories live in the context of a country, of this country. So when you start to learn more about Ghana sports, you start to learn a bit more about the country. So be on the lookout for more wonderful stories. We have bangers on bangers coming your way. Shout out to the team for putting this together. Nasam Yakubu, the hands behind Ghana's safe hands. Nanekia Amankwa and Emmanuel Ayamga put the script together. Fly executed it brilliantly. Gary Smith was the executive producer. Moses Yeboah was the mix engineer. Also great support from Yao Fusulabi as the head of the Features Kitchen. supervising all the meals they've been putting out. So go to our Spotify, Sporty Stories, and you find all these wonderful stories there.
There's a man who frees a young Tobias. I can't papa brochi mamsa. On meditate via Otasie. The needing cry can't to any. I've been a one country me. Mommy man, we was my Umali no menu. And in a beer free. Mommy, Nama from Masi. Mommy, no new door inside your house. I'm your money deal to new for sec. Yes, he said, you're so. It's no freedom or grand crown. See, I'm for no grand crown. I'm you want tea. If you're not one, we need your tax. Let's see me swallow. Mini wooding grana. Don't put baby, see on you.
This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your messages 054257 1061. 054257 1061. It's 16 after 9. All right, away from all of this, there are other things happening. So yesterday, a number of things happened in terms of football. Let's
This is Sporty FM.
Okay, let's talk a bit about the CHAN. The CHAN tournament is happening in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and some of the games took place yesterday. It's been a very interesting competition so far. Very, very interesting competition so far. Some very interesting results in some of the games. Let me just run you through some of the results. So yesterday was Congo 2, Zambia 0, Angola 1, Kenya 1. All of those games were played yesterday. Earlier in the week, there were some games as well. On Wednesday, it was Burkina Faso 4, Central African Republic 2, Mauritania 0, Tanzania 1. So those were some of the games that were played Wednesday and Thursday. This weekend, let's see which games will be served. Let's see. On Saturday, you've got Central African Republic taking on Mauritania and Tanzania taking on Madagascar. That's on Saturday. And then on Sunday, you have Kenya versus Morocco. Kenya are one of the 3 hosts. Kenya versus Morocco. And then Zambia taking on Angola. So those were some of those are some of the games that will be played this weekend. So those are some of the games in the CHAN in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. 054-257-1061. And then the other thing that happened yesterday, Ray, the Ballon d'Or nominees were announced.
Yes. The usual suspects are in there.
Yes. The Ballon d'Or nominees were announced yesterday. Let me run through the entire list, and then I'll take thoughts from Ray and Michael Asaibodu, who's joined us. So they listed the players in alphabetical order in terms of their surnames. Right, so these are the nominees for the men's Ballon d'Or: Jude Bellingham, Ousmane Dembele, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Desiree Doué, Denzel Dumfries, Serhou Guirassy, Erling Haaland, Victor Gyökeres, Robert Lewandowski, Achraf Hakimi, Harry Kane, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, Alexis McAllister, Lautaro Martinez, Scott McTominay, Kylian Mbappe, Joao Neves, Nuno Mendes, Michael Olise, Cole Palmer, Pedri, Fabian Ruiz, Declan Rice, Rafinha, Mohamed Salah, Vinicius Jr., Virgil van Dijk, Vitinha, Florian Wirtz, and Lamine Yamal. So that's that. Now for some of the interesting side stories. Kylian Mbappe got his 8th Ballon d'Or nomination. Right, he's matched Ronaldo and Lionel Messi at age 26. Okay, yeah. Of course, when you look at those who are favorites, you can mention Dembele, you mention Lamine Yamal, and Rafinha. Some people have mentioned Mo Salah. Some people have mentioned him as well. Okay, so that is that. Now, for the first time, right, Ronaldo. It's been a while since Ronaldo and Messi made it, but Ronaldo and Messi are not here for the first or second time in many years. They are not in that list, in terms of the Ballon d'Or. Ray, do you have any comments? Are there any names in this 30 that shouldn't have made, or a name that should have been there but is not here?
Oh, well, I think that the usual suspects are there. These were the players who, within the year under review, distinguished themselves with a lot of impressive performances. I think that everybody in that list deserves to be there. I don't see anybody who shouldn't be in there in terms of goal contribution, in terms of contribution to his team to win laurels, in terms of their individual performances, individual brilliance and all. I think that that is the perfect squad. That is the perfect group. It will now come down to who finishes in the final 10 and possibly the final 3 in most of the categories. And I'm expecting that, just as we've all predicted, it would go as we expect. But Nathan, there are no surprises in there for me, and I don't think that there's anybody outside there who should have made the 30-man shortlist. I think it's as good as we've seen.
It's just one.
Yeah.
Michael, your thoughts? the 30 deserved, or there was somebody in there who shouldn't have been, or somebody who is not in there who should have been?
I carefully studied this list, and it looks like all those who should have been there are there, but I would have loved to see maybe someone like a Moises Caicedo or an Enzo Fernandez in there for the kind of seasons they had at Chelsea. But all the same, it is difficult to make a case for them and then take one player out of this list. You look at the PSG contingent, definitely they deserve to be here. That of Borussia Dortmund, you cannot make a case against Serhou Guirassy, although Dortmund did not really have a very good season. But I think per his own individual standards, he was able to give us very good performances, scored some decent goals and the others. So it is difficult to make a case for some of the names in here to be out, to allow for players you would love to be in here. And I think, to me, this is what makes this whole award schemes and nominations and everything quite debatable. So I agree to this list. It is okay.
Okay. In terms of the women's one, I think it's fair that I go through that list. So again, in alphabetical order, in terms of the women's Ballon d'Or nominees, Sandy Baltimore, Barbara Banda, Aitana Bonmati, Lucy Bronze, Clara Buell, Mariona Caldente, Sofia Cantori, Steph Catley, Temwa Chawinga, Melchi Dumonet, Emily Fox, Christina Girelli, Esther Gonzalez, Caroline Graham Hansen, Hannah Hampton, Pernille Harder, Petri Guijaro, Amanda Gutierrez, Lindsay Hicks, Chloe Kelly, Frida Lennartson Mainum, Marta Clara Mateo, Eva Pahor, Claudia Pina, Alexia Puteas, Alessia Russo, Johanna Wrighton Cannerid, Caroline Ware, and Leah Williamson. So those are the names of those who have made the Women's Ballon d'Or list. In terms of the Copa Trophy nominees, which is the best player under the age of 21. Best player under the age of 21. Now, for our listeners, it will be that particular award will be decided by a jury of former Ballon d'Or winners. Former Ballon d'Or winners. They will decide who wins the Copa Trophy. Now, the Copa Trophy is named after Raymond Coppa, winner of the 1958 Ballon d'Or Trophy, a very young winger who lit up the game back in the day. Okay, now the Copa Trophy nominees here, I think there's the men's list. Yes, the men's Copa Trophy. Ayup Boadi, Lille, Pau Kubasi, Barcelona, Desiree Doué, PSG, Estevan, Chelsea, Dean Howson, Real Madrid, Miles Lewis Skelly, Arsenal, Rodrigo Mora, Porto, Joao Neves, PSG, Lamine Yamal, Barcelona, and Kenan Yildiz of Juventus. Now, the women's Copa nominees, Michelle Adjiman, Brighton/Arsenal, Linda Caicedo, Real Madrid, Vika Captain of Chelsea, Claudia Martinez Obando of Club Olympia, and Vicky Lopez of Barcelona. Michael, I guess this is what do you make of this list? I think it's a very interesting list. Those who I think should be there are there as well.
I think what it means for someone like Estevao is that he got this nomination when he wasn't playing in Europe, which is very similar to what happened with Neymar. And it goes on to justify the hype that perhaps is the next big thing when it has to do with Brazilian football. Very positive for him. And also, I think Chelsea will feel very proud that a player they decided to take a huge gamble on, invest heavily in terms of recruiting his services, is actually being recognized among his age group in the world. And it's very, very positive, because if you look through carefully, they did not really do anything significant in terms of achievement with Palmeiras. They did not win the league. They competed very well in the Copa Libertadores, but they did not win it. But I think individually, he had much more of a breakthrough season. He did very well, and it's earned him a spot in here. But I think it just ends there, because carefully, if you measure his output with that of the other young chaps in this list, clearly you know that he will fall short, because he has to compete against the likes of Lamine Yamal, who we all know is even in the running for the Ballon d'Or proper. So clearly, for Estival, I think this is a kind of recognition that he deserves, but it just ends there. And this should even encourage him that if he works harder enough, then he is closer to getting into the top nominations for some of these individual awards, and that should encourage him to work well. So for him, I think it is very good that he's gotten this nomination, but I don't see him going beyond this stage of the awards.
Okay, let's talk about the Yashin Trophy nominees. For the men's one is Alison Becker, Yassine Bono, Lucas Chevalier, Thibaut Courtois, Giangigi Donnarumma, Emiliano Martinez, Jan Oblak, David Raya, Matt Sells, and Jan Sommer. Quite an interesting list. A very interesting list. Emi Martinez, he's won this award consistently in the last few years, but he has some tough competition in there. Giangigi Donnarumma stands out in terms of his performances. Alisson, for large parts of the season, really good for Liverpool. We saw Yassine Bono in the Club World Cup, Courtois doing his bit for Real Madrid. Michael, your thoughts on this? I think there's a very strong field of contenders for that award.
Personally, I am yet to come to terms as to why Jan Oblak should get a nomination in here. I don't know what exactly it is that he did, because even if you are looking in a typical La Liga contest, he wasn't the best goalkeeper in the La Liga. And I don't know why he's gotten this nomination. It baffles me. Then again, you look at other goalkeepers who perhaps per achievements that were chalked by their side and then how they improve over the course of the season, who should have been in here? Because I think personally, Emi Martinez was not a better goalkeeper than Chelsea's Robert Sanchez. Clearly, I don't think so. So I don't know why. I think with the goalkeeper selection, they select a very good core, and then the other part has to do with those who are in there by sheer by the fact that they have a reputation. They've been consistent for some time. They have showed up in this list for some time now, and they just decided to copy that template and dump it here. Because if you are carefully scrutinizing performance of goalkeepers over the season, I don't think goalkeepers like Emi Martinez, Jan Oblak deserve to be in there. But clearly it is their list. I would have changed names. I would have replaced some of these names. And it's unfortunate that they've done their own thing. I disagree with some, and I agree with a bunch of this list. So let's just keep it at that.
Okay. The women's Yashin Trophy nominees: Anne-Catherine Berger, Kata Cole, Hannah Hampton, Chiamaka Nadozie, flying the flag of Africa. We are really proud of her. And Daphne von Domesla, and they have made that list there. Coach of the year. Coach of the year. That's another interesting one. Antonio Conte, Luis Enrique, Hansi Flick, Enzo Maresca, and Anna Slot. Wow, I like the field. It's a strong one. It's a strong field.
Very strong one. And every coach has a unique story to tell. Conte, after joining Napoli, who really had performed underwhelmingly in the previous season prior to his coming, he is able to transform them, and then they win the Scudetto against all odds. I think it was a remarkable feat. And even for the Neapolitans, it is something that they did not really dream of. And you look at how he was able to do it within that short time frame. You have to give him the credit. Arne Slot, he signed on board the Liverpool project. Relatively did not make a signing because the only player he added to his fold was Federico Chiesa, who did not even play a pivotal part in last season's league triumph. So clearly you look at how Slot was able to slot into the Liverpool team within the shortest possible time, got them playing some beautiful brand of football, and then at a point in time they were challenging on all fronts, although they had a threadbare squad and that exposed them, but they were able to hold their own and win the Premier League, something that has been very difficult for Liverpool to do And so I think he also deserves some amount of credit for what he's done, and he deserves to be in here. Then you look at coaches like Luis Enrique. I think he's the one that stands out in this list. He won everything with Paris Saint-Germain, but that is not what actually does matter. It was how they were able to defeat opponents in the UEFA Champions League, especially in the knockout phase. And that clearly tells of how remarkable their season was. They lost their talisman in Mbappe. They decided to go for the collective belief, and nobody can dispute the fact that this was clearly Enrique's team and his handiwork. He got them playing a delightful football. Almost every player within the PSG fold showed serious signs of improvement, and they were playing the best. And if we think the likes of Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, João Neves, and then ultimately Ousmane Dembele deserve the top individual prizes, it is because of Enrique's coaching. So I think he's a standout amongst these coaches here, but you can make good cases for coaches like Hansi Flick, looking at what he did with Barcelona, the remarkable turnaround of someone like Rafinha, the coming onto the scene of Lamine Yamal and how matured he had become. And then again, you have to also look at him. Enzo Maresca, you can make a solid case for him, a very young, inexperienced Chelsea team, relatively some of the youngest squad in Europe. Yeah, the Chelsea team were the youngest in the Premier League by virtue of their positioning. Then across Europe, you have to look at them as maybe in the top 3 for the youngest squad on the average, and clearly achieving Champions League football, winning the Conference League, and then also coming to the Club World Cup against all odds, beating the much heralded Paris Saint-Germain side. I think he also deserves a mention here, but I think the favorite would definitely be Luis Enrique. If it is not him, then I want to put up a very argumentative case for someone like Enzo Maresca. I think he deserves to win it, if not Enrique.
Okay, let's look at the Women's Team Coach of the Year. Sonia Bonpastor of Chelsea, Arthur Elias of Brazil won the Copa Feminina. Justine Madugu led the Super Falcons to win their 10th WAFCON title. Renee Slagers guided Arsenal to a Champions League title, and Serena Wigman doing back-to-back with the Lionesses in terms of the Women's Euro. So that is also a strong field. If you look at that's a very strong field, and just seriously, like the men's, it is difficult to separate them, because Sonia Bonpastor, first season at Chelsea, and she nearly did the undoable. She won the domestic trophies, just like it had been done previously, but she didn't win the Champions League again, just like it had been done previously. But it was a remarkable season for the Chelsea side, unbeaten and everything. And I think it was just great. I think what would have been the perfect icing on the cake would have been to win in Europe. Then definitely, I don't think anybody would have come close to her in this award category. But then again, she did remarkably well with the Chelsea team. Arthur Elias defending the Women's Copa America in terms of the Southern American zone, winning it with Brazil back-to-back. And you have to look at how they had to come back against us, against Colombia. When they were down twice, they clawed back into the game. Then they forced penalty shootout, eventually winning it. I think he also deserves to be part of this conversation. Justine Madugu, amid all the challenges, the struggles, everything that Nigerian women's football has gone through, he was able to steer the ship, get these players on board. And it wasn't because he had a solid team, he had a solid squad, emboldened with belief that they were going to come and complete Project X, and they did it excellently. You would have to give it to him there. Then Renee Sledges. The point is that she did not really play a pivotal part on the domestic front, but you would have to understand the changes Arsenal made and look at how it paid off in Europe against odds, the almighty Barcelona side, and Arsenal were able to hold their own and then win it against them. I think it deserves a spot here. And then Serena Wigman defending the European Women's Championship. Very, very good cases for all of these coaches. Trust me, Nathan, it's difficult to separate them. Anybody can win it. Anybody in this list is capable of winning the Women's Coach of the Year nominees. That tells you how close it is. But I think that the rank outsiders will likely be Justine Madugu and then Arthur Elias, because of where they are. Mostly, awards like this are much more biased towards
European dominance.
Yes,
So
yes.
the focus will be on Sonia Bonpastor and then Renee Sleges for the club side, and then Sarina Wegman for the national team side. And I think, judging by how things have been so far, I will definitely go for Sarina Wegman.
Okay.
It is in England, and definitely nobody can put up a perfect hype for an award scheme than they do. And she deserves it. They were brilliant, and they just came and then they oozed class. You have to give it to them. I will go for Sarina Wegman here.
Okay. Let's see what happens in September. Finally, the club of the year, men's and women. So the men's nominee list: Barcelona, Botafogo, Chelsea, Liverpool, and PSG. Those are the clubs that have been nominated. Club of the year, men's club of the year. Let me put it that way: men's club of the year.
Tough one. Botafogo, champions of the Brazilian league, and then they also did very well in the Copa Libertadores.
They are 2024 winners. They are winners of the 2024 Copa Libertadores.
Exactly. And if you look at what they did, I think John Testa decided that he wanted to conquer. The previous season, they were not lucky. Palmeiras won it at their expense. But in 2024, then they achieved the double. Came to the Club World Cup, they beat PSG, made headlines for themselves and all that. It is very, very good. But then again, the same old European bias will come in here. Whatever thing that Botafogo has achieved will not tower above the achievements of Liverpool, who won just the Premier League. Paris Saint-Germain, who won all the domestic trophies available in France, and also capped it off with the UEFA Champions League. Then Barcelona, their dominance in Spain and how they won the La Liga. And then Chelsea, the Club World Cup, and then the Conference League. So for everything brilliant that Botafogo was in terms of their achievement, I don't think it will trump that of the other European sides in this contest. And I think that if everything evens themselves out, the only standout will be who won the UEFA Champions League. And oftentimes, the team that is chosen as the club of the year is the UEFA Champions League winner. And that is why I think it will go to Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, that's finally the Women's Club of the Year award nominees: Arsenal, Barcelona, Chelsea, Lyon, and Orlando Pride. Orlando Pride representing the United States. So those are the nominees there. Arsenal winning the Champions League, Barcelona going to the final at winning the domestic league in Spain, Chelsea conquering everything in England, Lyon doing big things, and then you had Orlando Pride also in there as well.
I would definitely give it to Arsenal. I think it will replicate what the men's own will be, because Arsenal won in Europe against all odds. They were a team that were less fancied, and then they beat the best team in Europe. Chelsea were dominant to the domestic front, but they did not really show up and dominate as expected in the UEFA Women's Champions League. So I'll give it to Arsenal. Then maybe Chelsea will come in next, or Barcelona will come in next, and it follows that order. But it will be Arsenal for me.
All right, so that's the full list of Ballon d'Or nominees that France Football unveiled yesterday. So the individual awards, and then you have the team awards. So the individual awards: outfield players, goalkeepers, then you have coaches, and then you have Club of the Year and all of that. I don't know what our listeners think. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. Just finally, before we leave, the other thing that also happened yesterday, Michael, was some transfer talk. So it started on Monday. Man United are interested in Benjamin Sesko. Then Newcastle sent a bid, and then Leipzig were thinking about it. The Man United sent a bid. The player says, I want to go to Man United. Man United sit down with the club. They agree a fee, and that story is almost at its conclusion. Are United making a right decision?
I think so. His profile means he's somebody that will really suit Ruben Amorim and how he expects his teams to play. And Sesko he's in the the second tier of top strikers in Europe as it stands now. He's not in the first tier yet, but you can see that he's progressing. He's gradually improving season after season. He has something to his game, and he's young too. So I think with proper coaching, with the right setup, it will definitely bring the best out of him. But the point here is that his willingness to join Manchester United, irrespective of the fact that Newcastle could have offered him Champions League football and then also offered him more money. He even decided to make some compromises in terms of his earnings just to secure that move to Manchester United. And it bodes well for United that even in their current state, a player expresses that desire to be part of their sporting project. It tells that they're actually doing things the right way. I particularly am happy about how United have gone about their business, making sure that the central focus will be on players who understand the Premier League terrain and then address a certain need in the team. It is common knowledge that one big area United struggled last season was about the goals. The goal provided by their attacking players. You did not get much goals from Zexi, Rasmus Højlund. The main go-to outlet was Bruno Fernandes. Now, they decide to address this problem by looking at players who have Premier League experience and excelled in the Premier League and also are at the right ages, and then ultimately have a certain desire to play for the club. Matheus Cunha refuted offers from the likes of Newcastle, and then Tottenham Hotspur, Bryan Mbeumo the same, just to join Manchester United. And these are players who performed. Per the numbers that they produced, they overperformed their XG. Then if you add Benjamin Sesko to it, it gives the United attack more variety, because don't forget there is still Amad Diallo. And so Ruben Amorim will have more options, which allows him to not just stick to one shape or one formation. He can change the shape of his team, and these players can fit in. Cunha can play across any of the attacking positions. The same applies to Mbeumo, and then also you can look at Sesko in that context. So clearly, I think this is shrewd business done. But then again, all the explanations I've given are basically what is on paper. In reality, United will need more than this to see their new signings manifest exactly what it is that they desire from them on the field of play. And I want to believe that they will create that environment to allow these players to adapt and then play their brand of football. I don't think it is going to be difficult. For once, I think United have gotten it right in the transfer market, and I only hope and pray that it transfers into their performance on the pitch and they get the best out of these players. They are not big name signings, but they are signings that address a certain need in the team, and I think it's okay for me.
Some people think that still United have got problems in their team. Some people cite goalkeeping. Some people cite the midfield area. Do you think Man United will still do some business before the window shuts down on the 1st of September? Or you think that this is just about it and Ruben Amorim needs to find a way of intelligently solving those problems that are still outstanding per some observations made by onlookers?
Well, I think you can't address more than a decade. Like United have gone, since 2013, right? They've not actually gotten things right since Alex Ferguson left. So it's more than a decade. And this period of rot, this period of bad business done cannot be addressed in just one summer transfer window. But then again, it is important that they get things right from here and then they build from there. Now, the point is that I think they are still a midfielder away from having a complete unit. Ugarte is good, Kobe Mainoo is good, but clearly you can look at Amorim and how he wants his team to play, and you look at these players as they are not really the right fit for what the manager expects. Talks around Carlos Baleba has started to catch the heat, and if United are venturing into the market to get someone like him on board, he will address a certain need in their midfield area. So, they've done good business. I still expect that they will add one or two players to make sure that they get it absolutely right. But even if they don't, I think that they've addressed a major need in their team, which is goal scoring. And if that area improves, in a season where United will not be competing in Europe, they will have much more focus to work on those available to get the best out of them. And they will still have a winter transfer window to look at if there are other options that they can go in for to bolster their squad. But as it stands now, they have done good business. But it will be perfect if they add a midfielder who addresses the actual need in their midfield position.
All right, just finally, let's wrap it up with the other bit of transfer talk that emerged yesterday after United agreed a fee with RB Leipzig. This business of Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea, and it looks like the two clubs are speaking. Just your thoughts on this. Is that a signing Chelsea should make? Do Chelsea need to make the Garnacho signing? You know, and if yes, where does he fit in all of Chelsea's equations ahead of the new season?
I think it is a case of the player being on Chelsea's radar in, let's say, the last 3 transfer periods or windows. He's actually a player Chelsea have looked at, and he plays mostly in a position or an area where Chelsea also need reinforcements due to 1 or 2 issues. One, they don't necessarily have a typical left winger apart from Jamie Bino Gittins. Yes, there are other players who, by virtue of how the manager sets up the team and the tactical instructions, can fill in that position, like João Pedro, even Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto, but they are not the right fit as to exactly the ideal way the manager expects them to play. So if they get someone like Garnacho, they'll be addressing that need, because Mudryk looks like he will not be playing football anytime soon. So it addresses the left wing issues. And Chelsea needed a left winger, and not just one. They needed more than one player to fill that position. I think he would do that. But the issue has to do with the urgency, the need for. And that will determine whether Chelsea will be able to match the valuation of a player as set by Manchester United. I was reading earlier, and United are looking out for somewhere around 50 million pounds. Now, judging by the conditions prevalent, the player wants out of Manchester United. United don't really consider him part of the plans of Ruben Amorim for the season ahead. So if you set such a price tag for such a player, clearly you are telling teams that are coming in that if they decide to play hardball, if they decide to perhaps delay and be patient at the market, they might get the player at a lower fee. So I think in as much as United have set like £50 million valuation of a player, I think it will definitely have to come down for a deal to materialize, because Chelsea won't pay, and then United would have to even give in, understand, make compromises, and then move the player on, because he's somebody that they need to move on just to make sure they are able to balance their books and all that. But as to whether Chelsea need him, yes, they need his profile. But at £50 million, I think Chelsea are not ready to do business at that rate. And clearly, they would want to play hardball, delay, and then let this drag on. And I think it is one of those transfers I will see gathering momentum in the closing stages of this window. I don't think Chelsea will be hard-pressed. They will want to move quickly and get this done over with. They will wait, they will delay, and see if they can switch the pendulum in their favor and see if they can beat down the price and then sign him. But he's at the right age. He has a lot of potential. He has Premier League experience. And then if Chelsea are getting him on board, he will also contribute in terms of the numbers, because who will he replace? Mudryk, Sancho. These are players who do not really give us credible numbers enough. And I believe that in Garnacho, even for Manchester United and what he did, it was fairly good, and he can be improved in terms of coaching and everything. So I think he's a good signing if it does happen for Chelsea Football Club.
All right, finally, Michael, in a minute or two, what kind of business do you think will happen between now and the end of the window? Do you think Liverpool are still in the market? You've mentioned Man United. You think they are going to do some more business? Which clubs do you think will see actively trying to bring in 1 or 2 players as the days and weeks go by?
I think Newcastle will be panicking. They badly need at least a striker. That is dependent on Ishak staying. If Ishak is leaving, they will need 2 strikers. Already they've been rejected by a lot of attacking players. So I think they will panic, get into the market, and want to get some business done in those areas. There are names that have been pushed around. And there are names that are decent enough, but I don't think ideally would have matched the input of the earlier targets that they wanted. And so Newcastle, I expect to be very busy in the transfer market. I don't expect to see much from Arsenal in this contest. I think they've done their business very early, which is credits to Arteta and then also their sporting directorate. And then again, Liverpool, I don't think really do that much of a business. Maybe if they want to do a business, Darwin Nunez has left, they will want to get somebody on board, and ideally it is likely to be Alexander Isak. But that is also heavily dependent on Liverpool willing to match Newcastle's valuation or see if Newcastle are able to get their targets on board. Then they will this time around want to soften their stance and then negotiate with Liverpool about what they believe will be a fair price for Alexander Isak. So keep an eye on Liverpool. 1 or 2 businesses will likely be done depending on how the market will be like. And then again for Chelsea, this issue about them moving for a replacement for Levi Colwill, who will likely be out for less than for more than 6 months or exactly 6 months because of his ACL and then the surgery that he's had. Will Chelsea sign a replacement, or will they stick with Hato and then decide to maybe reintegrate players like Renato Vega into the team? Because all the options available are not fit enough to match the standard required of them, or they are not consistent enough in terms of availability. Benoit Badiashile can play as a left centre back, but he's mostly out injured. Then again, you have to look at Hato. He's a new player who played most times as a lateral back and not as a left centre back, although he can play in such a position. So these are question marks that Chelsea will need to look at around their team. It looks like they were done with their business and all that, but then again, the issue of Cole's injury opens up another angle that has to be looked at. And then as to whether they will get the business done with regarding Xavi Simons and also Alejandro Garnacho, these are deals that you expect to happen. For Spurs, the injury to James Maddison opens up an opportunity for them to enter into the market. And yesterday, news was hot that they were in the market for Nico Paz, who excelled under Cesc Fabregas at FC Como. Clearly, they've made an offer which was rejected. So let's see what happens. And then in the Serie A, the whole Lookman saga. Will he join Inter Milan or he will stay at Atlanta? That is a very interesting proposition to also look at. And then Milan's chase for a striker. Will it be Rasmus Højlund? Now that Manchester United have gotten Šeško, would they get Højlund at a fee that they Milan can afford? Or they will want to also hold on and see what happens with Dusan Vlahovic, especially if Juventus bring on board Randal Kolomwani. So I expect a lot of developments to happen within the transfer space. But where I don't actually see many moves happening is in the La Liga, the top 3 clubs. Madrid looks like they've finished with their business. Barcelona looks like they are not going to make any more signings. And Atletico Madrid look like they are done with their transfer business. So I don't expect much movement in Spain regarding the top 3 clubs. But I expect a lot of movement regarding the clubs in Italy, the clubs in England, and then in some part, clubs in Germany, because Bayern are also not done with Nick Woltemade from Stuttgart. So let's see what happens.
Well, there's a long way left. We have for 2-3 weeks left in the window. Let's see what business will be done by the clubs across Europe. Michael, thank you so much. We'll speak again soon, and enjoy the rest of your day. And take care. That was Michael Asai-Bredu, a colleague from Sporty 91.3 in Kumasi, joining me to do some transfer chit-chat. There's more business. This weekend, I'm sure 1 or 2 moves will happen. Now, Man United are set to, they want to accelerate everything for Šeško to be unveiled tomorrow. Man United are playing against Fiorentina over the weekend. So according to reports, it looks like Šeško is coming to England to do his medical. He's already arrived in Manchester. They want him to do the medical, so he'll be unveiled. Man United want to get their team ready. I don't know whether they'll sign Baleba. Brighton say £105 million. If United want Baleba, that's the money. Will United pay? Let's see. But that's our Sporty breakfast for today. Many thanks for tuning in. My name is Nathan Kwa. Raymond Yamado was here earlier. Michael Asai-Bredu also joined. Thank you so much for listening. Many shouts to my production team, Immortal, Abigail, Angela, and Anekia. Shout outs to Fly, who was brilliant in the feature. Charlie, we'll let him do more. Shout out to Emmanuel Ayamga. Shout out to the technical team, our team lead Gary Al Smith. Keep your dials locked on Sporty 106.1 FM. We are the voice of sport. We have a lot more for you. There's the news at midday, Sporty plug at 12:30. Sporty drive at 4, and then there's a lot of programs on the network. And of course, we are still extending our condolences to the families of the 8 gentlemen who died in the helicopter crash 2 days ago in the Ashanti region. Commiserations to the government because they've lost people. Commiserations to the NDC because they've lost people. Commiserations to the president. He said he suffered a personal tragedy in this. Some of the people were his friends. They were very close to him. Commiserations to the entire nation. We are in a state of mourning, and may their precious souls rest in perfect peace. This is Sporty FM. Enjoy your day. Take care of yourselves. We'll catch you later.